So it was D-Day today from the Rugby League Realignment Board with IMG, and we have got that information. Hi there, I'm Anthony, I'm from Held Dominance, and I'm here to give you all the information. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, and also click that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way. So, the IMG message. Well, as part of the 12-year strategic partnership that the sport agreed to in the spring, they are going to look at the response from Rugby League's key stakeholders, from the RFL, the Super League, broadcasters, clubs, sponsors, media, players, representatives, from the community game as well, international partners, as well as a survey that even I took part of over 20,000 responses. This is the most comprehensive piece of consultation that the sport has ever done, and IMG's recommendations have come to with an overriding aim to drive long-term value of the impact of the sport. So looking on the website, this is the recommendations in full. A repositioned calendar which optimizes flow, narrative and engagement, incorporating regular peaks of interest and a compelling season climax. What that looks like, we'll have to see when the calendar comes out, but I'm hoping for less loop pitch games. Maybe 1 or 2 games less in a season. The calendar is aligned with the global game to facilitate an international window in October and incorporate a mid-season international. Again, less games will give that a look. Plus, team players have been asking for that for a little bit of time now. A participation of the top tier is going to be looked at, and it's based on a range of on-the-field and off-the-field measures, delivering through the club's grading system with an aim to support financial sustainability and encourage investments into clubs. Category A and B clubs will be designated, with Category A clubs will be guaranteed participation in the top tier, whilst Category B clubs will be reassessed annually, with the highest ranked club occupying the remaining slots in the top tier. Those tier 1 clubs, you can tell that it's aimed at the clubs like Catalans, Wigan, Leeds, Warrington, Saints, the usual, the 2 whole clubs. They're more likely going to be tier 1 because of the attendances, the off the field experiences, and also their academies. They're doing really, really well at the moment. The Category B clubs are another case in fact. I think that'll be the meritocracy part of it. Everyone underneath the top teams that pull in over 10,000, possibly a season. Not saying that most clubs have done that this year. But everyone under that, it'll be meritocracy. People who are good enough and do enough off the field will stay in the top tier if they're there. But if they don't, they'll get relegated. You'll be able to see that when we'll have a look at what they're saying next. Promotion and relegation will continue on the field of play between the 2nd and 3rd tiers, with tier 2 increasingly filled with Category B clubs. I feel that is to incentivize teams that have shown growth on and off the field, whether it's financial or even spectator driven. We want to get attendances above 8,000 on average in the next few years. That's my thoughts anyhow. And this says if you do it, you should be in the top tier. 3 more points that they laid off: an expansion strategy to be developed that targets the support of growth of the women's and the girls' game, and also growth into new markets. Well, that could be the long-awaited since 2013 Bristol project, which the RFL have sort of been involved in the funding of recently, if you believe some reports. I feel that there should be more like, I don't know, Oxford, who have just come into the women's game in the Cavaliers. The next point is a little bit disheartening for those expansion outside of the Rugby League. Heartlands, shall we call them. Participation of clubs outside the UK will be capped with additional standards to support domestic growth. Two things from that statement for myself. They've listened to the insular one people that have taken the survey. Those that are going, why do we have to travel to France to play games? But don't go to games. Don't go to away games. And people that are bothered about the away fan structure. Why have we not got any away fans? Because of two things. One, the teams that are getting invited haven't got away fans already, and the other one's too far away. So you should be growing your own clubs. That's my 2 pence on that first one. And the second part, new standards to support domestic growth. My first standard would be less overseas players to promote the academy system and the reserve grade, to be fair. The one thing that I think clubs may not like is operations to be centralized, where this can maximize efficiencies and drive incremental revenue, e.g. ticketing, digital infrastructure, and so forth. Why I think clubs will not like that is, if they're not responsible for their own income, they won't have as much money to play with. They will be distributed evenly to help teams grow and bring a better competition in some aspects. That's the theory. That's what I take from it as well. But I hope it just means by internationals and tournaments like the Challenge Cup, Magic Weekend, etc., etc., so that clubs don't undercut others for when it comes to those type of events. The clubs though will be able to give feedback on these prospective changes as they're invited to a follow-up meeting on October the 13th, at which they have the opportunity to provide feedback, and support will be sought to enable rugby league executives and IMG to work on the details of those recommendations. IMG will be taking over the TV rights business on that front, as Endeavour, 7 League, 160 over 60 and Endeavour Streaming will be the ones responsible for that aspect of the sport from now on, thanks to the deal that was brought out. We'll have to see what that comes of it, but the chairmans of both of the boards, whether it's the RFL or even Ken Davey of the Super League, Simon Johnson being that of the RFL, have come out in support of these recommendations in a way. So Simon Johnson first said, "This is a significant day in terms of setting out a new path for the sport. We have prioritised transparency in the sharing of these recommendations, first with the club and then with the fans through the media. It is very much a direction of travel that see these top line recommendations, with the significant layers of detail still to be worked through. But these proposals certainly contain both recognition of the need to make significant changes to address a range of challenges facing the sport at all levels, and recommendations for these changes which have potential to transform the approach, mood and reality of rugby league in the UK and also beyond." Next came Ken Davey, the Super League chairman. "Founded solidarity on the realignment of Super League and the RFL. This has been an all-encompassing project and process conducted by IMG, with all the key stakeholders within the sport playing important roles in it. We would like to thank the clubs, broadcasters, commercial partners and supporters that have contributed to the IMG recommendations, which sets out a new future for rugby league. and can take a bold step, taking a bold and positive direction. At Super League, we look forward to the next stage of the comprehensive project, working towards providing further updates that will map out the sport's long-term future. Some stories to come through from that. I reckon from both the clubs and the RFL to begin with. We'll see what comes of it in the coming weeks, but for now, that's where the board sits. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. I'll end the episode to let you have the comment section to see what your thoughts are. But I wish you all the best, so please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.